Hey there, alright, so today I wanted to show you this new holster that I got for the Ruger SP101, specifically the 4 or 4.2 inch barrel. I've kind of been struggling to find a holster for this gun. Um, I prefer leather, but the leather ones they seem to be kind of geared towards concealed carry, so they're very much high rise, and I don't like that. This is not a gun I really intend to conceal carry. I have shorter barrel revolvers for that one. Hey, alright, so today I want to go over kind of a holster system for the Ruger SP101, specifically the 4-inch barrel, or 4.2 technically, because I've been struggling to find holsters for this gun. They seem to be kind of geared towards concealed carry, and they tend to be very much high-rise holsters, which I really don't like in general. And I wanted something that was outside the waistband because with this 4-inch barrel, I really am not going to try to conceal it. I have a shorter barrel revolver for that, for, concealment. So this is very much, for me, a open carry, or at least outside the waistband with a jacket over it type of gun, especially when I go out in the wilderness. This is kind of one of my favorite wilderness guns. And I looked at what was out there. I kind of looked at some Kydex and some leather options. Didn't really like what I saw. And I decided, you know what? I'm just going to make a leather holster. So just to show you. So before we do that, this one is empty. Okay. This one is not empty, so I'm not going to take it out of the holster. But this is a holster that I made. This was actually one of the first holsters that I made, and I'm not going to say it's the prettiest holster ever, but it's very comfortable because of this natural. It's got like a natural little curve to it, and it just works really well. And I've actually been very, very happy with this, considering it was one of my first holsters. And it just does a really good job. It does what it needs to do. So I wanted something like this, right? So for me, I want the loops to be at or below, right, the top of the loop to be about equal with the back of the trigger guard. That to me is a good rise, because that means the belt, sits right here, and you don't have too much showing. What I hate is when you get these belts that are up here and you get this really high rise, and most of this is like above the belt, and then it just digs into your side. So I really like kind of these, what I call neutral ride. I wouldn't call it a low ride or a drop, but I wouldn't call it a high rise. So kind of this neutral, where the belt kind of sits over the area where the trigger is. So I'm gonna just build one for this gun, right? Because I don't like what's out there, so I'll just do it myself. That's why I got into leatherworking, because I couldn't find the stuff I wanted, so I just built it myself. But what I did find, and just for comparison, this is what I've been using. So this is actually meant for 1873, although it fits. Sorry about that. Although it fits a lot of guns, and I removed, or I moved the strap. So this used to be here, and it went over this way. What I did was I just moved it down here, and then I just use it like so, and that keeps it in place. So I'm not that worried, again, because this is kind of a wilderness mostly gun, or open carry, where I'm not too worried about somebody grabbing it. If I want to open carry and I'm worried about somebody grabbing it, I'll definitely get some sort of retention, right? Or I'll just conceal. But with this, mainly what I'm worried about is falling and the gun coming out. Because, you know, you're out in the wilderness, either on search and rescue callouts, or you're just out hiking or camping. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff to fall on. You can trip, you can kind of roll your ankle, you got pack on, maybe some gear. And I don't want to fall and have the gun fall out. So I'm not too worried about like somebody coming up and grabbing it because I'm not really around that many people. But I did want some sort of retention. Now with this system, it has these 3 retention screws here. And I've got it about as open as it can get. And it's still a pretty stout retention. I mean, it's definitely absolutely not coming out on its own. And when you pull, it takes a decent amount of force. So retention is definitely there. I would say it's good retention. I would actually say it's great retention without needing some sort of manual intervention like a snap or a button or anything. And it comes with a couple things. So you can see that. So this is the kind of the paddle. Sorry about the small field of view here. I got kind of a tight lens on here. So it comes with this paddle, and then it comes with this, which is a drop to give it a little bit of drop. Otherwise, the paddle would be right here. And then it also comes with this just a loop system. So it came with this on there, and I've been kind of playing around with it. I think I prefer this better than this paddle, because what happens is, and I have the drop on there, but I like this drop. What happens is it goes against your leg like this. So this part actually sticks out. There is some, you can see there's some definite gap right here between where you're going to be in, but it comes back at an angle towards you. So it actually comes back and this part touches your leg. So it's actually not bad. I thought it was going to be like gapped all the way this way and it was going to be flopping around. It's not. The front part comes up against your body and it keeps it there. So overall, I don't have a problem with this gap. What I found, and this is especially true with this paddle that has this movement on it, is okay, when you want to pull it out, right? So you would think because it's at an angle, you're going to try to go straight out to the angle, right? But what inevitably happens is you pull out this way, away from your body. And what happens there is it gets bound up, right? And it's a pain. I mean, it will bind up like crazy if you pull out this way. So what you have to do is you actually have to go this way. So you actually have to push in to your body and then you get a cleaner draw. Now it's not against my body, so it's kind of hard to do this floating in the air, but you get a much cleaner draw if you actually put pressure this way. But watch this. Let me zoom or focus here. Watch this. You can see all of that black powder. That's the holster kind of wearing. So when you're inside the holster, you're kind of wearing away this, right? You get all this black powder coming out of the holster. So I'm not like super worried about it right now. Hopefully it'll just wear until sorry, I'm on the other side of the camera than the focus knob. Okay, so you know, I'm not too worried about it because it doesn't really hurt the gun, but just be ready for that. You're gonna get a lot of flaking from the inside of the holster. So yeah, I'm gonna build a leather holster in the style of this because I just couldn't find what I wanted. But as far as this one, I think this will work. Again, I was just testing, but I'm going to take this off and put on the solid belt loop one. What I don't like is that this curve is a little a little harsh, and it only really fits at the 3 o'clock or maybe 2:30 to 3:30. Anything else just starts to get uncomfortable because of that curve, right? And it's a hard material. So what I will probably end up doing is actually recreate this whole pattern here, but on a thick leather piece with belt loops, kind of like this. And then I'll have a leather replacement for this. And I think that'll kind of be the best of both worlds, because I'll get the I'll get the belt loops, which are always better than this, because this just moves too much. But I will get the leather, which kind of forms to my body better, because this is super comfortable. I mean, no matter where you put it on your body, it just conforms, and it's great. I really am happy with the way that holster came out. So there you go. There's kind of an overview of this Speed Beez system. Speed Beez is, I think, more known for their reloading stuff. They have speed loaders and stuff for competitions. This is kind of marketed, if you look at the website, as a competition holster. I don't know. I think the way it binds up, I don't know that I would 100% call it a speed rig, because it does bind up if you don't pull the gun out just right. But I think it's overall, for the value, it's $100 for the system, and you get these two attachments plus the drop holster if you want. And you can't really see it, but there's a lot of holes under here, and you can actually angle it. So my second favorite way to carry this, the first is just a drop leg, straight up and down, and the other one is kind of like this one. So with this one, it's not as straight, it's like this. And what I do is I actually carry this in the front of my body. So it's right there, maybe, I don't know, between 1:30, 2 o'clock. And it's actually just right in the front of my body, and it's just really easy to get to. It's right in front of me, I can see it. Because what happens is when you have something at 3 o'clock, you just tend to, it's like, have you ever like injured your finger and you just bang your finger on every freaking thing? It's the same thing if I carry like 3 o'clock like this. It's like I forget how to walk through a door. I'll just bang into every doorway. I'll bang into everything that's on the side that I'm walking by. I don't know what it is. It's just the way it seems to happen. So by actually putting the gun in front of my body, I'm more cognizant of where it is, and I don't bang it into stuff. So right here, front of my body, about 2 o'clock. That's where I usually carry it, because I use this holster for a number of guns, because it fits in not a lot of guns, actually. It fits all my single actions, and it fits this one. So this is what I tend to carry, but I did want something different. And I think this is going to fit the bill for now, especially for a 3 o'clock draw. So you can do a cross draw kind of angle to it. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of holes under here. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see all those holes, and you can really choose your angle. So it's a good system. It's $100 for, at least for this gun. I don't know what it is for every other gun, but it comes with the whole system. I would say just get the whole system, because it's a little bit of a better deal, I think, than just one setup, especially if you don't really know what you want. Sometimes a paddle is nice, just for convenience. If I was just gonna need to take this on and off, I would definitely put the paddle on there. It's just a couple screws. I don't have them all on right now, but it does hold on with 3 screws. I only have 2 on there right now, just because I was testing. And then this is okay. I think I'm going to try making a leather thing for it. But other than that, there you go. There's give you a good visual here. There is the Speed Beez holster system for the 4-inch Ruger SP101. Let me know if you have any questions. See ya.